What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. Today we are unboxing from the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom line, Pale in Adventure Armor. Super excited about this. I've unboxed a couple of other Animal Warriors figures in the past. Very Thundercats-esque, very He-Man-esque, of course, from Spero Toys, as it says so right there. Really cool line. This actually started out as a Kickstarter line, and the more I saw them, the more I wanted to get them. And you can buy a lot of these over at Big Bad Toy Store. You can also find them at SperoToys.com. I do believe I got this one on Big Bad. A lot of times it just depends on whether or not they're in stock. A little bit more expensive on these, about $35 to $38. So a little bit more of a premium item. But again, that comes with the fact that they are a independent toy company. I do cut some slack there. We got a lot of repaints in this line as well, as most of you have seen if you've been following the channel for a little bit. I've unboxed two other figures. I unboxed Cordoon, and I unboxed the Feralist Stalker. In fact, I got the Feralist Stalker right over here. Kind of show you what he looks like. Really cool figure. Really, really cool. Set him up right there. Well, maybe work those feet a little bit so he'll stand up. Set him on this side. How about that? Beautiful. And he came with an extra head, which I thought was kind of fun. And I did switch the head. And the reason I did is because this head right here is the exact head of Cordoon. I had no idea. They were basically the exact same figure. Had no clue when I got it. And I'm like, oh, well, most out of your molds, right? I mean, I've heard a very, very famous person say that one time. And I'll say this. I give a lot more slack on an independent company than a mass market company because I'm like, okay, I get it. You're trying to get the most out of it. You're making a new character with existing stuff, new paint jobs. So I'm like, I'm okay with it. But overall, I love this line, and I have a few more to unbox, and I want to get more as well. Really cool artwork. I'm a big fan of the artwork on this. Really, really fun stuff. And I don't have to tell you guys, I love a roster on the back. I think that's one of the coolest things of any toy line, because it lets us know who these guys are and who we need to collect and what's next. And like, if you saw this on a toy shelf somewhere, maybe at an independent toy shop, you saw Pale, you're like, oh, that's cool. But then you see all these, you're like, ooh, I want all of those. You know, like, how do I get all these guys? As it says right here, Pale is the young Chinari warrior, represents the best hope to bring the vile empire of Kali's reign to an end. Kali, obviously, in this line as well. I think I have him. Maybe I don't. I don't remember all the ones I bought. I have like 6 or 7 that I need to unbox here, but as you can see there, Pale and Adventure Armor, Kali and Conquest Armor, the Chunari Legionary House of Chunar, no idea what that means, Ravager of House Horrid, Atriu maybe, of the House Feralist, and Tiberius of House Feralist. I do know I have Tiberius. I was thinking that was Arturo, but that's definitely not Arturo. It's Artrui, I think. I mean, come on. It's kind of like Mythic Legions. We can't pronounce this stuff. I'm trying my best here. It's a big monkey man, right? A big warrior monkey, and I freaking love it. I love the packaging on these. Really, really cool. And I'll tell you actually what got me to where I wanted to get these is they're doing another wave of these. I think they're currently in development, and they're doing some different bodies. Some more like reptilian bodies and things like that, which I think is really cool, kind of diving into other animals. But one of the ones they're doing, I think, is it was like a Kickstarter stretch goal. It's a massive elephant, and it's going to be in scale with the other guys as an elephant. So it's going to be like 10, 12 inches tall. And I'm like, man, that is awesome. I talked about it in other videos. I'm kind of a snob for scale. But that's one of those weird things where it's like, to me, it makes sense that is totally in scale because it's an elephant. He needs to be bigger. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm cool with that. So I think it's on Big Bad. I want to say it's like $110 or something. It's a crazy amount of money. Will I get that one? I would like to. I don't know. It's one of those things. Do I need to pre-order that? Will it sell out? Hard to say. It's a massive elephant. I can't imagine everyone's like, oh my gosh, I need elephants right now. Give me all the elephants. But you never know. I know there's a Witch Doctor elephant in the classic Ninja Turtles line. Dr. L. Really cool figure. And I think that one's a little controversial. They don't like that one as much, but I think it's cool. And I would love Playmates to re-release it. I did pick that one up loose a while back when I was really deep into the Turtles classics. And there's also a Mountie Moose, which is like literally a Mountie who is a moose. His name's Monty Moose, I believe. And really cool looking figure here. I like it. One arm's got the butterfly. No, they both do. I'm sorry. It was just blocked by his A satchel, I guess. Doesn't move a lot, but it does a little bit. The head there. Man, what a face. This guy means business. I love the mohawk. Really, really cool. Cool articulation. That's for Steve Hoker. He knows what that means. Cool. I love the monkey feet. How cool is that? And actually, well, what's cool about that is it's going to make him a lot easier to stand. Right? He's got that extra toe, right? Monkeys can move around a lot better than humans, probably because of that. A ton of weapons for this guy, so I'm going to kind of choose the ones I like the best. I'm going to go with the battle axe. I always love a good battle axe. I think that's cool. And we're going to go with one of his samurai swords. Well, it looks like these swords are different, so we'll go with this one. Hands are very stiff. Actually, this one's not too bad, so we can kind of get that sword slid in there. Very, very cool. Got a lot of extra hands, swords. I love all the weapons. I don't like the fact... Well, I guess he does have something there. We could throw this one back there. That works. I don't like that you got all these weapons and no place to put them. That's always been a pet peeve of mine because I feel like that's when stuff gets lost unless you are very careful about putting it up. But as far as the other hands, we've got actually a fisted hand, couple of fisted hands. So if you want to, monkey punch someone, you can do that. And then we got some open hands. So, of course, these aren't going to hold the weapons. Those, to me, are the perfect hands right there because they hold the weapons. So that's what it's all about, right? That classic G.I. Joe kung fu grip, as we used to hear. Which all that meant is he could hold stuff. But Pale, really cool figure. I like these a lot. I think these are awesome. Like I said, very Thundercats-esque. In fact, I've got Monkeyin over here. I unboxed him a few days ago. We'll kind of compare. Oh, yeah. I think those would totally go together. I think Monkeyin would fit in your Animal Warriors collection. I would throw Lion-O up there, but his leg fell off. Sad day. Sad day. But yeah, these look awesome. I think these are really cool. I also got Michelangelo. I can throw him up there and see kind of how... Michelangelo is definitely a little bit shorter, but, that's all right. He is a turtle, of course. But no, these are cool figures. I think Spero Toys is doing awesome work over there, and I hope to get more. I do have a big gorilla. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Tanger, maybe is his name? Tanger. He'll be coming up pretty quick. I say quickly. He'll be coming up at some point on the channel. I got a lot of stuff to unbox here. But that one's going to be fun because I know it's a lot more massive. So I'm kind of curious scale-wise how that one looks. I know it was quite a bit more expensive and came in a much bigger box. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I know they also have an Animal Warriors comic book, which is really cool. I would love to read that at some point. I love reading comic books and stuff about these guys. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I just think it's cool. Love the armor. All the armor, I believe, is removable here. In fact, I think Spero, you can even take these off if you so desire. It looks like you may have to really, cut them off, though. I don't know how easily they'll come off. The feet may come off. I'm not going to attempt to do something like that. But I know they released a series of figures that were just the animal bodies with no armor. And then they had armor separately so you could kind of build your own character. Not really for me. I like to have, the character, this is Pale, that's how he looks. But... if you were kind of into the DIY type of stuff, I think that would be kind of a fun thing. Grab a specific cat or monkey type character, throw some armor on them, throw some weapons on them, throw one of the heads on them, and bam, you got your own fun character. Maybe give them a name and kind of go from there. I think it's kind of cool. But no, Pale, fun figure. Also, too, I should throw this out there. Pale is kind of like the He-Man, Lion-O, Hulk Hogan, Wolverine, Duke of your collection. He's your top guy. He's your main build character. So getting him was kind of a no-brainer, and that's also kind of why he wasn't the first one I got. When I started buying these, he was sold out everywhere. So when I finally found him, I'm like, oh, I got to get it. And I'm glad I did. Glad I have him in the collection. Like I said, I got more Animal Warriors coming up. I love these figures. Really, really cool. And I'm hoping that the next set that is currently in production drops very soon because I do want to add more of these to the collection. As I've dove into other toy lines, I'm starting to realize which ones are fun and which are kind of I don't know. But these have been a hit for me. I really like these a lot and definitely plan to get more. The price point is a little bit expensive, but it's not out of the realm of making sense, I guess, if that analogy works for you. We're all used to paying about $25 for a figure. You throw in a Super 7, a lot of those are about $55, sometimes $65. That's a little over. A Storm Collectibles, maybe even $100. If you look at a Mondo 1/6 scale, 12-inch figure, those are $250. So I guess it kind of depends on what you're comfortable paying. So if you're willing to pay for about 35 to 37, I think these work for you. If not, I can totally see it being an easy pass. And I know a lot of people base toy collecting on nostalgia, right? And if you have no nostalgia for this character, maybe it doesn't do anything for you. I could definitely see that. Whereas maybe a Michelangelo, even though it costs a little bit more, you're like, no, I will pay that because I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wrestling figures as well. They have that new Ringside Collectibles Unsanctioned Road Warriors set, about $55, which is actually not terrible. I think it's a really good deal. Those will be coming up soon on the channel. I'll buy those because I love the Road Warriors. Big rubber guys are about $50. I'll buy those because I loved LJN and I love these characters. And now I can have the Road Warriors or Ric Flair or Magnum TA or Dusty Rhodes in that form. I'll buy that all day long. So again, that's what toy collecting is to me. You have to find your joy. And let me know what you guys think. Is Animal Warriors a line that you enjoy? Is it fun to see unboxed? Maybe not one you'd collect, but you do enjoy looking at them. Because I do that as well. There's certain toy lines I don't collect, but I do enjoy seeing what people come up with. And the things that they dive into, right? NECA was one for me where I enjoyed the horror figures, but I didn't dive in, but now I'm starting to, so it all kind of happens that way sometimes, and a lot of toy changes are going to be happening soon. New Mortal Kombat figures coming out from McFarlane. I definitely will be diving into those because it's the classic look, which I love. But DC going back to Mattel, will that be something we dive into? I don't know. As far as, I'll throw a little story at you real quick. I'm wondering, this is my assumption, that the DC figures will go in the form of the Masterverse. That kind of scale. And I had sold all my Masterverse, and I haven't bought any of those in a long time. So now I'm kind of wondering, oh boy, should I go dive into some of those? Because, now you can have He-Man, Batman, Skeletor, the Joker, all in the same scale. But we don't even know if that's what they're going to do. So, you have to kind of see what happens with all that type of stuff. But remember, even if you have to pay extra, it's always available on eBay at any point. Toys are always going to be there for us. So, nothing to worry about too quickly. It's all going to be fun, and it's all going to be good stuff. But Pale, really cool figure. Glad to have it in the collection. And more Animal Warriors will be coming up very soon. Make sure to check out the TB Toycast podcast every Thursday with me and Travis Fowler. We have a different main event, and we also talk all kinds of news and happenings in the toy world. Check out my other unboxing videos. I got a lot of fun ones. Speaking of DC Multiverse, Santa Batman recently unboxed. Eradicator, I've unboxed. That was actually a while back, as a matter of fact. Green Arrow. And how about Static Shock, all from DC Multiverse? We're talking Transformers. Jazz has been unboxed. Also unboxed the Night Prowler. Check those out as well. Recently unboxed Adam Copeland from AEW. That's a really fun one. His first figure in the Jazzwares line, which is really fun. A lot of big rubber guys. I mentioned those earlier. I got Dusty Rhodes unboxed, The Powers of Pain unboxed, Andre the Giant unboxed, plus many more to come. I mentioned Super 7. Michelangelo has been unboxed. Monkey and from Thundercats has been unboxed. A lot of cool stuff, so check all those out as well. And like I said, the TV Toycast podcast. Thank you guys for checking out the TV Toycast YouTube channel. That's Pale. And we will see you guys in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.